All right, I'm gonna start the 77 video. This will go through the 77s, 88s, and up to the 99. And then I'll continue on with the other series. I think that's the best way to break them down, otherwise it gets too confusing. Or at least on my part. So this is a 1951 77 diesel. This was on my grandparents' farm for a long time. We actually found this sign. I think we found it after, I don't know where it was. But this would have been on the tractor somewhere, hanging. That's why we call it Smoky. It's called Smoky because it really smokes when it's getting worked hard. And it's fun when you pull it because she will smoke the crowd out with black smoke. It is 76 on it because it was painted for the Bicentennial Parade in 1976. And now we are, what, 50 years later? Next year. So this was all painted. This would have been, I think they must have replaced this shell at some point, but this would have been painted too. This is just how my grandma painted it back in 1976. We didn't change it. It changed hands a couple times and we got it back. And my dad was kind of a sore spot for my dad because my grandma painted the whole entire tractor like the American flag, and then the winner of the competition had like a little flag on it or something, and that one won. So this would have been on using the farm. Hey, this one's got a hydroelectric switch. I thought that one was the only one that had it at one point. This one's got it. Hydraulics. This has got a brass clutch pedal. At 51, you might be like, hey, the war was over. I think we were in the Korean War at that time. So the material shortages never really improved a whole lot after World War II. I don't know about the throttle. I think that's a cast. Yeah. But yeah, this one's just a great runner. It starts fast. I should get it starting on its own. It probably won't be very hard. It's got this step on here. I think they would use this a lot for green chopping and stuff. Great puller. In fact, the last time I pulled it, I didn't even know that I placed. And here I got a first place. I go to get a trophy for other tractor, and then they hand me two, and I'm like, oh hey, I placed. They're like, you didn't even know that? And I'm like, I don't know. I pulled good, but I was just having fun. I didn't care. So yeah, I don't look like a whole lot, but I gotta open the hood because a little bit of a story there. When my grandma was all done painting it, I believe she had this a different color. Yeah, you can see white here. My grandpa came with some cat yellow paint and painted the engine. Boy, did it make her mad. And a couple years before my grandma passed away, we were going through some pictures and we found this pictures of this one after she painted it. And she asked me, keep in mind this is an old woman that didn't swear much, church going woman. She's like, does this still have that yellow engine? I was like, yeah. She's like, what a dumbass. I busted out laughing because coming from her, it was just funny. Yeah, not a lot else to say about it. I got a couple videos of it running. It definitely needs to be on top of the list for running again, these two. So we ran a lot of them for this tour. There was a time not too long ago when this tractor wouldn't run and algae grew in the diesel fuel and that was plugging up everything. So once we got that fixed, it worked good again. But she would not run like that. Yeah, that's about it. Just one of those that you want to keep around because it was on the family farm. So it is sentimental. So here we have a 77 LP. This is it's got Oliver here in the manifold. This is a 1951 version. You can see it's got the LP, but is not. I think it's a dealer conversion or a home conversion. One of the two. It has power steering here. And when I got this, I got it running, just drove it up onto the trailer. But quit running it because it didn't have oil pressure. I mean, couldn't get it to have oil pressure. Took the oil pan off of it, and there was a lot of sludge and stuff in the pickup screen, but put it back together or the pan back on, and it just doesn't build oil pressure. So just kind of stopped running it because of that. Here's the regulator. It's probably a Century, I would think. Yeah, I'm thinking this is like a farmer conversion or something. So look at the pipe here. And this would be like a, like a 770 or 80 or something. This was bought in Iowa. Something like Orange City or something. She ran good though when I picked it up. I don't know if it was like eBay purchase or if it was YT Mag. I'm not sure. The oil reservoir. Here's where the pump is. The steering worked pretty good on it. It's not stuck. So that's good, right? So 51, it's got the same brakes as that 88 standard. With this rod going down there. Hydraulics in this one. See, I don't know, this could probably be made to look somewhat decent, but I don't think I'd probably spend the time restoring it anytime soon. Probably running it as is, I would say, till the guy gets to know it better. Very clean oil. Brand new. Different carb on these. They run, the LPs are different. So yeah, that's kind of a project put on hold for another day. You can see that belt pulley lever right there. After a while, they moved it down there. And you can see that this one's got it too. Here is a 77 Standard. It's a 1952 model. They were a lower profile tractor. They were like the hard Pars were before the row crops came out. They were just something you'd use for pulling, more of a wheat fields, western type tractor. That's why later when the triple digits came out, they called them Wheatlands. This one says DSL on the serial number plate, but I don't know if, you never know if like a dash was replaced. And this really was, some of the tractors that we have are basically ones that we saved, because some of them would have went to the scrapyard. We don't like seeing that. This is maybe one of them. I bought it running like on not all cylinders. It had really wide tires, so we swapped them out. I don't know if this is the right wheel for this or not, because it doesn't look like it has the right dish for like a weight. I'm not sure. I rebuilt the seat. I think the seat has to be pulled forward. Somebody probably unloaded round bales or something with it, pulling off here. Or maybe one of the ropes on the plow and it unhooked and gave her a pull. I don't know. Anyway, I got the seat rebuilt on that. You can get all these parts separate, or you can just buy a whole complete seat. You can buy the shackle, the bearings, these wear out the gears here. This one I had to buy quite a few parts for it. It doesn't look like much, but if you watch the videos getting prepared for the tractor ride here, it's a good runner when it's has the stuff done to it that it needs to run good. 77s were built between 1948 and 54. As you know, the 88s came first, and the next year they came out with the 77. I think the 66 was 49, I think. 77 started with a bore of 3.19, but increased to 3.31 shortly after. 193.9 cubic inch with the bigger engine. About 37 belt horsepower. If it was an early model, it would have a hood stripe. Hood stripe on the hood here, but that it will go yellow all the way back, and maybe even in a roll crop, maybe even in the back on the bottom there. PTO lever could be on either side. Upholstered seat, stuff like that. 1949 brought the diesel engines to the 7788. By 56, Oliver was advertising it was making 43% of all diesel wheel tractors. LP engines for 7788 became available in 1951. Here we have a 1953 77 roll crop. The serial number is 353, and the 53s and 54s are easy to tell because the serial number on a 53 is 35 and 54 is 45. Starts with this used to be my grandpa's tractor. He was always unwilling to sell it to us, but he was once in a while he'd talk about selling it, you know. So it's like, oh hey, well, how much you want for it? I don't know if I want to sell it. So one day my dad was there with the trailer and he was contemplating selling it, and all of a sudden got it. Aside from this, hitting this with paint probably to, you know, stop the rust, it's original. It is a very original tractor. So disc brakes, cast rear wheels. You got decals back here yet, decal on the fender, decal on the power lift. Original toolbox. Steps on both sides, which are pretty handy. You know, my grandpa had parts too. He'd accumulate parts from people, or he used to be a dealer, so he would sometimes get stuff like that for his own tractors. We got cultivators on it just because I did some videos a while back on cultivating the different styles of cultivators, and put the manual one on here. You got original manifold decals still there a little bit, and the air cleaner. So just a nice original tractor. You gotta love the original ones that you can't get that way anymore after you paint them. I just put this down to take the weight off. It's been in other videos. As I said, I'm gonna redo my playlist and put each one of the tractors in its own playlist, so you can just find the tractor that you are interested in easier. Newer style seat. It's a 53, disc brakes, wider pedals. I think that pedal was different than the 66. Let's see if I can see the number from here. Because 77s are M, yeah, 1M, so they're different than the 66. This is probably one of the last tractors that I would part with if I had to get rid of everything. Just because my grandpa liked it, my grandpa found it, and then I got it from him, so it's sentimental. Here we have a 88 Standard. This is in the for fix-up row. 822 serial number makes it a 1949. about mid 49. Kind of early, I guess. What we have going on with this, I bought this one at the same time as the 2150, kind of a package deal. I got it running at some point, and I believe it spun a bearing because the engine just stopped, and then it wouldn't turn over till it cooled off, and then it turned over. So we didn't run it since. We're actually gonna pull it. I had it out in the field and I was working it with a drag or something. It's running pretty good. And then we're gonna run it to the scale, see how much it weighs, and then do an old-fashioned tractor pull with it. And yeah, then that happened. So it's been sitting up here for a while. It's got the underhood muffler. It's actually really straight. It's really straight. Even has the original grill screen. I believe the back tires are probably original because they got the diamonds. And they're Goodyears. Goodyear Super Sure grip tractor. Okay. Weights in the back. Big cast iron centers. So 49 would make it give it the old style seat. It's got a plate in the back. I don't know why, but somebody must have wanted it like that with no PTO. It's been decorated by the birds. So I do want to get this going. The other tire would have to be fixed. And this might be a winter project, I'm not sure. Taking the engine out, taking it apart, seeing what's going on with it. You can see I had done this years ago. Looks like it had a new choke cable on it. It's actually it's just really rusty, but other than that, it's straight. It's a real straight tractor. You know, not a lot of bends in this. Got the stripe going down to the back. That'd be original. No stripe up here. I've only seen it on a 77. So yeah, this could be in my garage at some point this year yet. I think it'd be a good project to get going. This one's also got a plate here like a lot of the standards do. I don't see many standards with even hydraulics. Definitely don't have power lifts. See older style brakes. It's got the lever that goes down. But yeah, it's kind of a sweetheart. Just needs to be fixed up a little bit. Alright, I jumped to the 88 standard because that was next in the year. So this one, there is 3 52s, 88s, and 153. So since this one's a 52, I will hit this one next. This is one we used here on the family farm. It's also known as Wild Bill. And it used to have Wild Bill written right here. And sometime before we started collecting, it was kind of we all three worked on it, I think. I know I did a lot of painting on it. It was just brush painted. It's not the greatest, but it had white grills and white everything, so it was white wheels. It was painted wrong. So we wanted to at least get it looking somewhat decent. My mom pulled this a couple times actually. The tractor pull, just stock. It was in the 6,000 pound range because the back don't have full of chloride. I think it's about half or something. When we put new tires on, I think it had original tires before that. This one had a loader on it when we were farming. We took it off when we painted it. It was just a trip bucket, but this tractor saved us a lot of times when the Alice Chalmers WD-45 wasn't working. I remember green chopping with it. I actually remember green chopping, and I don't know, my dad was at work or something. And my brother and I had to green chop for the cattle. We just had steers, so beefers. I'd be in school yet, so pretty young. And I didn't know that You had to check that the oil on the back end here was separate from the rear end. So I think the bearing went out. Never checked it. Yeah, other than that, the original decal there. These need to be fixed. Definitely needs to be gone through better. The engine's weak. I pulled this one time. This is kind of unique. It's got the fender extenders. I pulled this one time at the Luxembourg tractor pull. It wasn't the fair, it was just a regular, but it was on clay track. Just the way it is, pretty much. And I couldn't believe the way it bogged down. It went to almost completely dead. And then those 6 cylinders just chugged along, and it just kept. I bet you I got 50 feet out of it just barely running. Like, you couldn't even hardly hear it run, but it just kept going. Kind of like those John Deeres that you see lug. That was a pretty cool memory. I don't know if it probably has side panels. I don't know. Yeah, other than that, this one had hydraulics, and I think we took it off when we painted it because something was up with the bearing. I think was out of the main shaft. I think we replaced that, and then we put this cover on. And this one had hydroelectric because I remember the switches being on up here. They're around here somewhere. So this is a 1952 disc brakes. I dug into the 66 parts book while I was editing, and the updated seat, the Super Style seat, the updated one, did not come out at the same time that the disc brakes were updated. So that was kind of interesting. Oh, Wild Bill. Why was it called Wild Bill? Because when they were farming with it, the governor would surge. So they called it Wild Bill because it was kind of go wild. It had a mind of its own. The old style 88s came out in 47. Went to mid 48. This style of 88 would be mid 48 to 54. 230.9 cubic inch engine, putting out about 44 belt horsepower. 52 brought the Hydrolift hitch for use with 3-point implements. All the fleet lines 77, 88, 66 shared a lot of stuff between each other. The 88 would replace the Oliver 80. Alright, here's another 52 88, 1952. This one kind of started the collecting off. My dad got this. I think the cam was broke. And that's probably before 2000, probably late 90s. And then he got, I think he got new pistons. Yeah, I got superized. 3 3/4, I think it went. Had to get a different cam. Got her going. Took it to the tractor pull, a local tractor pull. Just pretty much the way it is. One of the competitors would always pull the diesels, and coincidentally, we ended up with 2 of them. But he's like, your gas will never beat my diesel. You'll never outpull it. This one's got the low speed rear end, and guess what? They both got full pulls, so they had to do a pull off. And my dad won with this one. And I think that's part of what started the Oliver bug. Seeing what you could do, taking the tractor that don't run, bring it to the pull and get first place. This one runs around 7,000 pounds because the back's pretty much full of chloride. Great runner, cast rears, hydraulics in this one. One of the ways you can tell on 88 is the ball gear cover is higher. You see the big hump there? It's another way. Other ways to tell an 88 from a 77 or 66. The hood is taller, the dash is taller. So I believe right here is taller, yeah. This is taller from here to here because your gas tank's bigger. Let's see, look at it here. What the height of this pin. Got another couple inches yet. So the good old 88 wide front kind of started the Oliver collecting bug. Okay, now we're gonna go to this 88 diesel here. This is a 1952. This one hasn't run in quite a few years now. This, as I was talking with that one, my dad pulled against a guy with 88 diesels. This is one of them. He wanted to sell them a couple years after, so he was wanting us to buy them real bad, so ended up with two of them. This one is an 8,500 pound. Gotta get this tire fixed here. My brother took it to the pull the same, well, I don't know, about a week after he got it or something like that. And he took first place. And she's got some massive tires on it. We gotta work on this guy, get him going again. Yeah, she's a heavy one. It's got weights. Weights up the yin yang. One weight on the inside, two on the outside, and I think it had chloride, but maybe not. It almost had to have to be at that weight. But she was balanced well. He kind of fine-tuned them for pulling. You know, but they're not all modified to heck. I mean, yeah, this got a wide rear tire, but drawbars are stock. I don't know what's going on here, but other than that, we don't have a lot of runtime on this. So he should definitely be a project in the near future to get him going. But good old 88. Gotta love the 88s. Alright, here's the last 88. This is what we call a 7,000 pound diesel. 1953. So 53 would give you the newer seat, disc brakes. It's got hydraulics. Oh, this is different. I was seeing the other one, on the wide front one. The bowl gear cover is higher on the 88. The 77. It's even less. And on a 66, it's completely flat. So there's another difference in them. It's like you only have like a rear end and you got like a parts tractor or whatever. Oh, I gotta try and get to the front of this. Oh, I can do it fairly easy. This is one of them that would have been pulling against my dad's wide front, I think. It's kind of painted, I don't know, like a John Deere green, I don't know. Is that like a swear word? Painting in all of our John Deere green colors? That's swearing. Otherwise, good puller, good runner when it's running. We had a problem with the fuel going into the engine oil. I think I made a video of getting this running. We dropped the oil, put new oil in, and making sure we turn the fuel off before we stop it. I wonder what it looks like now. If there's anything in there. And that could come from several things. Injection pump or fuel pump. The fuel pumps on these are mechanical off the engine. And if they leak, they'll get fuel in the oil. Oh, let's see here. I don't have a clue if you can see anything. Oh, it looks good. But where we put it, that's probably was the key. Getting that fuel shut off. Other than that, nice old 88. With a good battery, it would probably start on its own. Wonder if this is a good battery or not. I don't know. And yeah, that's about it. I know that at some point, yeah, this was the kickstart for the battery, the diesel on these. I wonder if that's when they move this up here. I don't know. If the kickstart was down here for the diesel. Did they move the belt pulley rod at that time? I don't know. I have to look at the parts book. The parts book tells you a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's about it. That's the end of the 88s. So we'll go on to the 99 gas next. Okay, on to the 99 gas. I've done a couple videos on this. We plowed with it. We definitely didn't run it too hard because we only ran a 4-bottom. This 4-bottom flat bottom out here. Anyway, here's the 99 gas. This is a 1953. I've told the story in other videos on it. 99B, I think it says on the tag. Yeah, 99B right here is the model number. Now from here back is the same as the old 99. Yeah, the old 99 would have replaced the hard part 2844. That would have went from 37 to 52. This 99 is called the Style 99. This was built in 52 and 53 only. This was made to get this tractor a little bit more updated before the Supers were ready. They were working on the Supers already, but they weren't ready. There should be a headlight here. That'd be about 65 horse. You could get the 6-cylinder gas or diesel Waukesha. From what I understand, there's less than 50 of them built with the gas. It'd be a 302 cubic inch. Does not have an independent PTO on it. The grills are the same as an 88, but this is a wider here. If it had a belt pulley on it, it'd be smaller because of the increased engine speed of the old 99s. It's a similar design to the Supers. You can definitely see a huge resemblance. When I went to the Super, it got a 6-speed tranny and independent PTO, stuff like that was updated on it. Oh, we're getting dark already. The video looks pretty good, but hydraulic tank here, and that's powered off of this pump on the engine here. I don't know if I can get back there very easy. See how back here you have a big platform. It's the old 4-speed, so it's the same as the old ones. From here back, from here forward is the new styling and the different engines. This one's got the fender extenders. I got that pod for the dash. Not an independent PTO, so it'll stop turning when the clutch is pushed in. They came out with a Ridemaster seat for it. This is the old style for the belt pulley. So kind of a unique model because it was a transition between the old ones and the Supers. I like this thing. It's just a cool model. Okay, I think this one's gonna complete this part, complete the fleet lines, and I will go on to the Supers next, and then I'll have the 3 digits, and then I will lump the crawlers with the 100 series because there's not many of them. There's only 2, and they're actually right here. So I think that's how I'll do it. Then I'll go on to the 50 series. There's more of those, and then there's only 2 55 series. Do you like Oliver tractors and equipment? If so, you can show me support by hitting that thumbs up or thumbs down if you hated it. Leave a comment. Consider subscribing. It's free. YouTube will notify you when I release a new video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.